Last time, Red conquered the Elite Four castle, becoming the champion. And as he returned to Pallet Town, Blue informed him that Giovanni was running amok and had managed to defeat him previously. The two had a fierce battle, with Red emerging victorious, thwarting Giovanni's plans once again. Giovanni agreed to disband Team Rocket for good, at least for now. However, on their way out, they bumped into a red-haired stranger, who was planning to take on Giovanni himself. However, this stranger was Silver, and he challenged Red to a battle upon learning that he defeated Giovanni, and went and took Giovanni's Mewtwo from him. However, Red wasn't up for a battle right away, as he needed to heal his Pokemon back to full health, as he wasn't ready for a battle right away. And so, they agreed to meet in an hour's time, and Red returns with Blue, ready to take on this mysterious stranger, unsure what arsenal he has up his sleeve. Yo, he finally got here, now we'll decide things once and for all. Silver led Red into the cave, where Red had previously defeated Giovanni. Giovanni was no longer here. Red had no idea what team Silver would unleash, but he had changed up his team lineup slightly. This time forgoing his Pikachu, and decided to bring his Lapras. The two locked eyes, as both of them threw their Pokeballs. Red threw his first, unleashing his Blastoise onto the field. Prepare to lose! Silver sends out Lugia, a fierce legendary Pokemon. Yo, Red, what the hell's with this guy? He's got Lugia? I never heard of him before. Red just smiles, pleased to be taking on a legendary. Quit showing off! No way you beat Giovanni, man! An Ice Beam is unleashed by Blastoise, but unfortunately it is not enough. Red issues his Blastoise to use Ice Beam once again. Now Lugia Aero Blast! Fierce blast of air hits right in the center of Blastoise's shell, hitting it in a critical way. But Shell Shock hands on, and unleashes a crit of its own. Huh! You don't stand a chance against me! Red, seeing that this battle was not really going his way, decides to switch. Calls back his Blastoise, and sends out his Lapras onto the field. Heh! What's this thing gonna do, huh? Aero Blast! The Airstream smacks against Lapras, knocking it back. Lapras holds firm, ready to continue to fight. It was not going to be defeated so easily. Red orders his Lapras to use Ice Beam, while again, Silver continues Aero Blast! Lapras sees it, not minding it too much, but it still took a heavy hit from many of these blows. It strikes back with an Ice Beam of its own, almost bringing down Lugia. Heh! You really think you're gonna beat me? You not got a chance! Red doesn't say a word, and issues his Lapras to use Ice Beam again, while again Silver continues with the Aero Blast onslaught. Lapras, almost going down, manages to hold on, and unleashes a fierce Ice Beam, finally bringing down this legendary threat. Lugia! No matter, I got other options in my arsenal. How about this? Do it, Mewtwo! Blue raises an eyebrow, completely surprised by this. No way, Red! He got it from Giovanni? This is looking bad! Red orders his Lapras to use Surf, but Mewtwo unleashes a fierce Thunderbolt. Even taught it new moves? No way! Unfortunately, Lapras crumples down to the ground, the electric ruffling through its system. It went down, and there was nothing it could do about it. Red then decides to unleash his Snorlax upon Mewtwo. He orders his Snorlax to use Body Slam, whereas Mewtwo blasts it back with a Psychic Blast. It does a solid chunk. Snorlax manages to hang in there. It lands a solid blow against the Mewtwo, but the Mewtwo holds firm. Ain't no way you're gonna beat this thing. Now, Mewtwo, Psychic! Another fierce Psychic Blast lands into Snorlax. Snorlax holds firm, unleashes another Body Slam of its own. Unfortunately, Mewtwo is still standing, and it is not seemingly fazed by what has just happened. Now, Mewtwo, Psychic! Snorlax took the hit. It was heavily injured, but it managed to hold on and goes for another Body Slam, colliding with the Mewtwo, but the Mewtwo just remains too stoic and strong. Now, Mewtwo, Psychic! With a final Psychic Blast, Snorlax is unable to hold on anymore, and unfortunately crumbles down to the ground. Heh! You beat Giovanni? Don't make me laugh! Blue is surprised. What's with this guy, Red? Why is he so obsessed with this Giovanni guy? Red just shrugs and sends out his Espeon.
Oh, it's Espeon! One Pokemon is still capable of going on, but the other one looks tired.
He orders Espeon to use Hidden Power. The world belongs to the strong! While Mewtwo recovers some of its HP. Not seemingly going to be defeated so easily. And the Power Dart does a solid chunk, but it's not enough to bring down the Mewtwo. Fine, recover again! Keeps issuing Mewtwo to use Recover, while Espeon continues to blast it back with Hidden Power Dark. You ain't gonna beat me. You can't beat through Mewtwo's pure defenses. Again, Red doesn't seem phased, just continuing to tell it to land its hidden power, and it manages to critically strike the Mewtwo. Damn it! Mewtwo, recover again! Red sighs, just seeing him constantly hanging on for dear life, trying to keep his Mewtwo afloat. But another critical blow is landing on the Mewtwo by Espeon. But again, it just continues to recover, recuperating the damage it received. But Espeon continues on with the onslaught.
The white-hot battle continues.
The two go back and forth. It's just a non-stop ending cycle of recovering and hidden power blasting it in its side. But again, another critical hit is landed. Espeon seems to be on the attacking end. Mewtwo seems to be on the back foot. Again, recovering over and over. Seems Mewtwo just can't seem to catch a break. And Red continues the fierce onslaught. Red just sighs, seeing this guy is pretty unexperienced. If he's just going to keep spamming the same move over and over, this battle is going to go nowhere. But he knows that he's on the... He knows that he's up on the... Sorry. He knows he's on the high ground, and Mewtwo can't keep this up forever. Now, Thunderbolt! Fierce Thunderbolt roars out from the Mewtwo, and it critically hits the Espeon back. He finally went on the offensive, and Espeon surely paid for it. Now, Thunderbolt again! See Mewtwo was out of recovers, it couldn't seem to do it anymore, but its Thunderbolt would strike down hard against Espeon, but Espeon barely manages to hold on, and strikes back with another hidden power, finally bringing down the Mewtwo and putting an end to a tumultuous battle. There was a battle of sheer will and determination to keep standing.
There's only one Pokemon left to come out.
Trainer then sends out another legendary Pokemon, which turns out to be Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh, finish it!
One Pokemon
Red is surprised. This man has 3 legendaries?
tired.
He orders Espeon to use Reflect, knowing it was going to go down, but at least it would get some worthwhile use in helping the rest of the team. Sacred Fire!
A blast of sacred fire.
Sacred Fire hits the Espeon, doing a solid amount of damage, and manages to finally bring it down after his fierce battle with Mewtwo.
There's a big difference in the number of Pokemon remaining on each side.
It is then that Red chooses to send out his Blastoise once again.
Pokemon
However, it was still partially injured from before.
is restored HP with some leftovers. The number of remaining Pokemon is 3 to 1.
He orders Blastoise to use Miracle, but unfortunately Ho-Oh uses Thunder. Thunder!
Whoops, that
However, it misses. The Miracle goes off, but with no move to connect with it, and unfortunately it's null and void.
they're both
This time, Red, not wanting to take the chance, goes for Surf. Well, again, Ho-Oh continues to use the Thunder. Strikes down, and Blastoise barely hangs on, and strikes back with a Surf attack. And it critically hits the Ho-Oh, dealing some major damage.
sparks are flying from both competitors.
Now, Giga Drain! Ho-Oh uses Giga Drain, finally bringing down the Blastoise after a fierce battle.
There it is. Knockout.
Now what will you do, huh?
Which Pokemon will join the
Red just
battle?
smiles.
The Pokemon
And this time, he sends out his Venusaur.
Oh, it's Venusaur.
No way you beat Giovanni, look how inexperienced you are. Really? A grass type against my fire and flying type? Not a chance you beat him. Red just smiles and tells his Venusaur to use Toxic, and it manages to connect with the Ho-Oh.
Steadily weaken the
No! Sacred Fire! Bring it down!
There's the shot. Off power.
Sacred Fire connects with Venusaur, but Venusaur manages to hold on through sheer tenacity. No mana, I'm going down now.
Turn off.
Reflect wears off, unfortunately,
Battle continues.
but it didn't seem to matter. Red then tells his Venusaur to use Leech Seed. The seeds coat the bird and begin to sap at its strength as it goes for another Sacred Fire, finally bringing down Red's Venusaur. Heh! How do you like that?
Down it goes. Each team has
Red sighs
Pokemon left for battle.
and sends out his last Pokemon. It's turned out to be his faithful Charizard.
Down to the last Pokemon now.
Heh! You've lost, boy! Red orders his Charizard to use Outrage. Ho! Thunder!
A sharp attack.
Thunder roars through the air, but unfortunately it does not connect with the Charizard. It's the Leech Seed and the Poison Seed sap off the remainder of its strength, and outraged Charizard blasts Ho-Oh, finally bringing it down. What? No way!
That settles this battle.
Ah, Ho-Oh! With that, Red had won the battle, bringing Silver to his knees, and proving to him that he really did defeat Giovanni, his father. Not knowing that, of course. With that, what is it I lack? Red just pockets his Pokeballs, and decides to walk off with Charizard flying behind him along with Blue. As Red and his Charizard and Blue make their way out of the cave, an unexpected sight awaits them. Red and Blue see the gym leaders from the regions of Kanto and Johto, waiting to congratulate the two on their successful victory, and amongst them was even Giovanni. Giovanni gave a seemingly sincere apology and said he has had a talk with the other gym leaders and got them all together. He and Koga were of course once gym leaders and decided to take his place amongst them as a former gym leader for a proposition. A proposition of a tournament. to see who the greatest trainer of them all is. He also wished to take part as a trainer, not as a member of Team Rocket, and as all stated, all gym leaders prior and current are to take part in this tournament. He also goes on to mention the Elite Four will also be participating and taking part in this tournament, and Red will be allowed to enter, of course, being the current reigning champion, as well as anybody else who wished to attend. It is then that a small chuckle can be heard in the distance from what sounded like a woman, as Agatha and Professor Oak approached them.
Oh, a tournament does sound wonderful. I would surely like to participate in this tournament. I may be retired, but I was once a former Elite Four member too, after all.
Professor Oak then chimed in.
I too would like to take part in this tournament.
Gary immediately cuts him off.
What, Gramps, you? No way. Why not? I was once a fierce trainer and competed back then in my youth.
Oh, you were so handsome back then before you became an old fool.
Hush now, Agatha. We had many fierce battles back in our time. Now then, onto the matter at hand. I would also like to participate, as I said. Psst, whatever, Gramps.
Giovanni then chimes in.
Then it is settled. The tournament will take place 1 week from now. Can we...
It is then he is cut off, seeing Silver leave the cave.
I'm competing too. I want another shot at that red guy. I could care less about the rest of you.
Giovanni sighs.
Fine, whatever you wish, but you can't use stolen Pokemon. You must use your own.
Silver just scoffs.
Like I need a lecture from you, old man, about stolen Pokemon.
As Giovanni is about to respond, a strange golden ring appears, and out pops a Pokemon giggling away, and a small trainer runs out with a Pikachu on his shoulder.
Hey, wait! Come back, Hooper!
Trainer Lance gets distracted by the sight of all the trainers gathered and laughs happily.
Hey, Gary! Oh, Brock! Long time no see, and... Misty?
He says looking confused by her different appearance. Everybody looks at the boy confused about who on earth this guy is. They also look at the mysterious Pokemon, completely puzzled, before they're distracted once again by the small boy.
Come on, don't you recognize me? It's me, Ash.
Oh, just shakes his head.
Sorry, young man, but I don't have a clue who you are.
Brock and Misty also seem to shrug and shake their head, also clueless, as well as Blue. However, during this chaos, Hooper laughs and opens a ring and disappears in the chaos, its mischievous nature truly shining. Oak notices this curious, strange new Pokemon he's never seen before vanish before Blue and Red even have a chance to try out their pokedex, and then turns his attention to the boy.
Sorry, Ash, but this doesn't ring a bell. Where are you from?
Ash is slightly irritated at this point.
What do you mean? You know I'm from Pallet Town. You got friends with my mom Delia. I live next door to Gary.
He then points to Blue. Oak is puzzled.
No, Red lives next to my grandson. His name's Blue.
It's then Oak feels something click.
Hold on a sec.
He then looks to Red and recalls a mysterious Pokemon from earlier.
Could it be that Pokemon has traveled you through some kind of dimensional space? You might be Red from another universe. If so, that would be interesting to see if you are truly capable of battling on the same level as Red here.
As he gestures to Red. He looks at Ash, seeing the Pikachu on his shoulder. Ash looks over, seeing the Charizard, and throws out a Charizard of his own.
Do you have a Charizard too, huh?
Red doesn't say a word, he just nods.
This will be very interesting, said Professor Oak. Would you like to participate in a tournament we're all about to have to see who is the greatest trainer? I'd like to see what you are capable of. If you are indeed Red from some alternate universe, and we do know you, I'm sure your battling talents must be spectacular. Tell me, have you ever become champion of any region?
No, not yet, but I did beat Gary.
Interesting. Where was this?
At the Silver Conference.
So you've beaten Gary, and I'm guessing Gary is my grandson Blue from your universe. Yes, I think you'd be a fine addition to our tournament. Would you like to enter, young man?
I don't really know what's going on here, but sure. Me and Pikachu are always up for a battle, as well as Charizard here.
Then it's settled, said Professor Oak. If what you say is true, young man, you must have all 8 badges from Kanto and Johto region, correct?
Ash pulls out his badges.
I sure do.
The gym leaders see all the badges he's collected and confirm they are indeed their badges and give their nod of approval. Meanwhile, Ash's Charizard squares up to Red's, trying to seem more imposing. Red's Charizard is definitely bigger, and sensing that Ash's Charizard isn't on the same level. He turns his head, not even acknowledging Ash's Charizard, much to Ash's Charizard's irritants, as it spits out a flame, only for Red's to copy them and spit out a bigger one. Ashton lost to his Charizard. Charizard, quit it! You get your chance, I can tell you want to prove you're superior. Red looks Ash squarely in the eyes. Sensing his passion, as Ash also locks eyes with Red, the two staring each other down. Giovanni then intervenes.
Enough chit-chat. The tournament will be 1 week from now. I'll use my resources to arrange different places to battle here. Professor, perhaps you could assist you to being well renowned around these parts?
Certainly,
said Professor Oak.
although if my calculations are correct, we're at an odd number of contestants.
Agatha chimes in.
Oh, don't worry about that. I'll give Lorelei a call. As a previous Elite Four member, I'm sure she'd like a chance to participate as well.
Giovanni nods.
Then it is settled. In a week from now, let the tournament for the world's greatest trainer begin.
After some small chit-chat with various gym leaders with the new mysterious trainer Ash, he recalls various experiences and adventures he had with them. As the day grows late, and everybody eventually goes their separate ways in preparation for the tournament in 1 week's time. And with that, I'm going to call today's episode here, but here is a brief rundown of how things will go. I will randomly match the teams for the contestants. There'll be 2 rounds to start off with, as we have 28 contestants. If any of the participants receive 2 losses, they will be removed from the first instance of the tournament, which will cut them down in size and allow those with 2 victories to advance forward. Should a contestant receive 1 win and 1 loss due to this, I will pit them against any other trainer with the same ratio, which will of course be randomly generated. It will be a computer versus computer matchup. I will not be able to affect or intervene on their behalf, and I'll be using their champion teams I have used in previous videos for them to battle each other with. I, of course, will also take part in the tournament using my OG Gen 1 team I used in a previous video. In this instance, where it is myself, I of course will play with my team. As we can see here, I have already sorted the teams in preparation for round 1. We will see who emerges victorious out of these contestants, before moving to round 2, where again teams will be randomly pitted against each other. If I or another trainer gets a bad matchup, too bad. That's the whole point of it being randomly generated. If trainers get the same matchup as round 1, the same thing applies. Let's hope for them that the match turns out differently. Once we have halved the number of contestants to 14, the next random generated teams will be made. Again using the 2-round rule till we end up with 7 contestants. Once we reach 7 contestants, it will turn into 3-round battles. You will face your opponent 3 times. If you get 2 losses, you are removed from the tournament. We will proceed till we have a winner. Let the games begin. With that said, if you've enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts and place your bets on who you think will bring home the trophy. Thank you very much guys for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.
I will make you blast off harder than your last loss. Teach you a lesson like you won't bunch of lapdogs. It was fast, huh? You're mad, huh? Want me to slow it down or would you prefer it fast?